So to activate StoredPay and PlanPay, this is inside of my BillFlash test account. And even if you don't have it, don't get discouraged. Just watch this and look and keep this in mind. It's really something that is so helpful. And like I mentioned already, these are things that are month-to-month, no long-term contract, and you can actually take in unlimited payments for the first month 100% free. No obligations, nothing. Even if you process $8 million, we're not going to charge you a penny. So it's really fantastic. It's definitely worth a try if you don't have something like this right now. So to activate StoredPay and PlanPay, like I mentioned, it's inside of your BillFlash account under the My Payers tab. And right now it's not showing up anywhere because this is showing you what your account would look like right now. I'm going to show you a couple other screens, and down here it's going to change because this is where we incorporated the new columns for StoredPay and PlanPay. So the first step would be to contact BillFlash. If you have an existing account now, contact your account manager. You can also just contact AZCOMP and they can get you in touch with us. But the point here is you can't turn them on or activate them yourself. You do need a BillFlash person to do that for you. It's very easy. It's literally a click of a button. And then what happens after that is you automatically have these new payment options sitting in your BillFlash account under the My Payers tab, which is really cool. So here's all my patients, and here's my payment options. Now we're going to go through a little bit more of what this is and how does it work. So just to differentiate the two, StoredPay is securely storing a payment method. So whether it's credit card, bank information, so a lot of people say and ask us about card on file, card on file. Yes, it is card on file, but it's even more than that. We took it one step further where you can also store your bank account and routing number to keep on file, which is really great. You can also record your StoredPay agreement notes, which I'll show you what those are and where they're kept. And you can initiate single payment, so using this stored method at a later time. Even if you decide to keep a credit card on file, but today you happen to have cash for your co-payment and you want to pay that way, you can also do that too. PlanPay is exactly like it sounds. It's a payment plan where you establish a fixed monthly payment plan. You review with the provider what your overall bill is, how much you can afford, what account you want it to come out of, and on what day. It's really cool. Securely store a payment method by using that as well. And you can record your PlanPay agreement notes, which is really just, covering everybody at the end of the day. I don't think everyone remembers 10 months down the road what was agreed upon. So it is a way for the provider and the patient both to write notes and then authorize those notes on that day for the future. So setting up a StoredPay, this is that column that I showed you in your BillFlash account. You do need to have an email address saved for that patient in that account. And that's great. I mean, it really can help you if you wanted to send a free HIPAA-compliant e-bill or email notification for their bills for the future. So it can save you time and get them their bills quicker. So it requires an email address, a valid email address. So if they say to you, can I just give you this card for the future? Or if you say to them, I know that I have providers now in the state of Massachusetts that will not see you unless they have payment information on hand. So this is a way for you to capture their email address, go ahead and give them some card or some bank account, even if you don't ever use it, just they require to keep that on file. You click this little add button, and the next thing that happens is this screen, this is a pop-up, it pops up on your screen. So this is where you have the option to enter some internal agreement notes. We always suggest that everyone do this, even if it's just a matter of who authorized this at the time. And then you set your maximum payment amount, so no worries there. They're not going to go and take your card to Nordstrom and put $5,000 on it. You can just say something you feel comfortable with. Maybe maybe the patient only wants you to be able to take a copay, and they set the maximum payment amount to $40. Maybe that makes them feel comfortable. Fine, it's up to them. They choose their payment method of card or check. This is showing you the card option. The check option is simply a bank name, routing number, and account number. And once they fill this out and hit the submit button, this pending authorization comes up. It's really fast, it's really easy, and we give the patient 3 ways to authorize this stored pay. They can do it by email, which is really simple. If you click this button, an email is going to go directly to them where they open it up and just e-sign, so it's really just typing their name and clicking on an acceptance button. They can go online on our secure website, myproviderlink.com. That's also where patients can pay their bill 24/7 using our service ePay. They can go right in there and authorize it there. Or if they wanted to use paper, then the provider would just print out a 1-page sheet with all of this information, and they both physically sign it. Really fast, really easy. So after that, what happens? So say Andrew goes to the doctor's, 2 months ago he went and he stored a payment, and now he's there today. When the when the provider goes into Medisoft and goes on either one of those locations, transaction entry, deposit list, or office hours to take Andrew's payment, the next thing that happens is it automatically opens up into your BillFlash account under the Get Paid tab. So this pops up. Now right here it's showing you the payer's name, and it's going to show you right here this reminder. Hey, so the office staff or the provider may not remember every single patient who has stored pay and saved in the account. So this is going to tell you, reminder, and then down here, if you do want to use that credit card on file, then you can just click this button. If you don't, and say, like I mentioned before, he wants to pay cash today, you can also do that, and it will override your stored pay. So it's just super easy. It's the same as taking any other payment, but you don't have to worry about them pulling out their card or having it with them. I think that's more important. You don't want to let them get away without making their payment. And if you have stored pay for them on file, then you're never going to, they're never going to be able to get away without making a payment. In your BillFlash account, under the same Get Paid tab, there's also, we created a new sub-tab called Manage Stored Pays, and in here it shows you all of your patients with their stored pay status, their maximum amount, and their payment method. Just a nice, neat place to keep it all there. You can even search for a patient. If this starts, getting really long, hopefully it does. Hopefully you turn this into a new requirement before you see a patient or at a certain time in your practice, so that you're not, behind the 8 ball and they're walking out without making a payment. So if you need to search that, you can do so. You can also add a stored payment here for a new patient if you wanted to. So it's just really great. It's nice to have everything all in one account, all of your billing, all of your payments, even now stored pay. Now, setting up a PlanPay is almost exactly the same. It's fantastic. So this is used for those large balances. This actually happened to me. I was having stomach issues. I had to go through all this stuff and ended up with a $3,000 bill that I wasn't planning on receiving. And it was right before Christmas, of course. And so I did this myself with my provider. And it's such a fantastic thing. It makes them feel better. Instead of sending you 3 bills and then sending it to collections, they at least know that you're doing what you can. They're at least paying the minimum. You're getting something in, which is better than nothing, because more often than not, as we all know, unfortunately, people decide to put off paying their medical bills till last, if they pay them at all. So this is just a way for them, where you're letting them know, hey, we understand and we appreciate anything is better than nothing at this point. These have been hugely popular already, and we see it a lot with certain practices like surgical and some other things. So very, very easy in your BillFlash account in the same Get Paid tab. My Payers tab, where I showed you where they were circled earlier. you just go by the patient's name, click add. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I literally clicked add. An email address is required, and once you do click add, this is the pop-up that comes up. Very easy. Again, you have this agreement note. You fill that in. Here's your payment monthly amount. You know, you just take your total payment and divide it into however many months it's going to take you to pay that off, whether, you know, it's $10 or $250 or more. Enter your number of payments, the date that you would like this to begin. So even if it's not, you know, today or next week or even in 2 or 3 months, at least they know that in the future you're going to be paying this off. And then you choose your payment method. Once you submit, same thing. There's 3 ways for the patient to authorize this. Super fast, super easy, really just a matter of clicking on a couple things, whether it's one email, online, or printing and physically writing the signature. So using PlanPay is really neat. Once you set that up, it's gonna automatically create a payment schedule, and it's gonna have all the PlanPay details for you to keep an eye on if you don't remember, or just so you know what's coming in and what you can expect each month and on what day. This money is going to be directly deposited into your account, which is really nice on this day. And the office person, the provider, you don't have to do another thing. Once you set this up, you're just going to automatically start getting payments into your account, which is so great. Think about all the time that saves. No emails, you know, no phone calls, no anything that's taking up your time to take that payment. It's just going to automatically happen, which is so great. And then you can keep track of it every month too. Managing your PlanPays, same thing, much like the StoredPays. So in your BillFlash account under the Get Paid tab, we have a Manage PlanPays sub-tab. I don't know if that's official name, but I just made that up. It sounds good. And it's going to show you in here by sub-account. So say, for example, you're a billing service. This could go per provider also, which is really cool. And then each provider could have their payment and their money going directly to them. And this is going to show you just what's going on in the patient's name and all the detail about the payment amount and the date of the month and their balance, which is, it's really neat. It just has a lot of great information. It sort of reminds me like when you get a car, or in the olden days when you got a car and you have those like stack of stubs, and you know when you get towards the end that you're almost done paying it off. So this is going to show the office and reflect those payments each month.
Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video and found it helpful. If you did, let us know by giving us a thumbs up by clicking on the like button below. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, feel free to write those in the comments section below. And if you want to get more helpful videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Thanks!